star, Wink Martindale.
Hello, everybody. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you and welcome. Thank you so much. Welcome to Headline Chasers. This is where we play the voices, the events, the places, and the faces that made our front page headlines. And if the players you're about to meet recognize these stories, they can take home a lot of money. Let's say hello to those two couples right now. Johnny Gilbert.
Well, Wink, she's originally from Detroit, Michigan, and he's originally from New York City. Let's welcome Annie and Fritz and Toby Mamis. And on the other side, she's from Glendale, California. He's from Cedar Falls, Iowa. This is Cindy Gibson and Bob Peters.
Did he say Cedar Falls? Did he say that? I didn't believe he said that. Anyway, Johnny, you're too much. Welcome, players. Nice to see you here. And good luck. We'll find out some more about you a little later. Right now, let's play for cash, shall we? Let's get started. Here's the way we play Headline Chasers. We feature these sections: cover stories, voices of headliners, and headline stories from the past and present. All of our headlines and newspapers have been specifically made up for this show. The material is based on actual people and events. Let's go to our headlines first. Is that all right with you? These will be worth $500 each. When the clues are given, the monies go down in value. So what you want to do is play quickly and get the headline verbatim as quickly as you can. This first one we've taken from the Society section of the Washington News, December 23rd, 1968. And I have a buzz for $500. Cindy and Bob, what does it say?
Nixon and Eisenhower wed.
If you're right, boy, you've started off the right way. Is it Nixon and Eisenhower wed? Nixon and Eisenhower wed, yes. That's doing it in a hurry. Very good, Bob and Cindy. You solved the headline, but do you know the whole story? Here are two questions worth $100 each concerned with that headline. Hands on buzzers. Where was this Washington wedding held? All right, Toby and Annie?
It was in the White House.
That's right, in the White House. You picked up 100 and cut their lead by 400. Question two, under what presidential administration did they, Cindy and Bob?
Richard Nixon?
That's right, the Nixon administration in power when they got married. That takes care of the first headline. See, now that's easy, right? Everybody knows how we play the game. Let's take a look at the next altered headline. This was taken from the government pages of the Cheyenne Times, January 1st, 1983. No buzz for 500. Let's look at a clue, which is peacetime preparation. Now we add some letters. Next clue is young men for $300. More letters. U.S. Chief is your third clue. Cindy and Bob, tell me what it says.
Reagan okays draft registration.
If you're right, it's worth $200 and you'll be up to $800. Is that right? Reagan okays draft registration is correct. Well, it took a little while, but it was still worth $200. A couple of questions on that headline, players. Listen to these and buzz in when you know for $100 each. What was the salutation on the World War II draft notification? Toby and Ann.
Greetings.
Yes. Always nice to get one of those. Greetings. You're up to $200. Name the government agency responsible for registering and drafting. Cindy and Bob.
The Postal Service?
No, that's wrong. Toby and Ann. Name the government agency responsible for registering and drafting recruits. No idea. The Selective Service System. All right, $200 for Toby and Annie, Cindy and Bob with $800, and here is your next altered headline. Taken from the book review section of the New York Globe, the date June 24th, 1984. Look at it. Here comes your first clue. Fictional biography. Let's add some letters. Most bought. More letters. Cindy and Bob, what does it say?
Lincoln hits bestseller list.
If you're right, it's worth $300. Is it Lincoln hits bestseller list? Yes, it is. And they know how to play this game. They're up to $1,100. Okay, do you know the whole story? A couple of backup questions worth $100 each. Name the author who wrote Lincoln. Cindy and Bob.
Gore Vidal.
You got it. Gore Vidal, the answer. And here's the second and final question on that headline. What was Mrs. Lincoln's maiden name? Cindy and Bob.
Todd.
Is that acceptable? Yes, Mary Todd. Didn't know whether I had to give the first word or not. Obviously, the first name was, you didn't have to give it. Cindy and Bob, you picked up another $100 on that. So our scores as we recap, Toby and Ann with $200, and Cindy and Bob playing well with $1,300. In our next edition, our couples will test their skill at recognizing the voices and the faces of famous newsmakers, both from the past and present. We'll take a commercial break and be right back. Don't go away. We'll go.